Good afternoon, everyone. We'll wait for 10-15 minutes. Let everyone join the session. Yes, people are still joining. So can you confirm? Am I audible? Yes. So, what did we learn yesterday? Just have a recap of what did we learn yesterday. Yes. So, what is UI policy? Yes. Okay. Nimmala Durga. I didn't understand your question. You're keeping the same message. Durga Mahendra. Okay. This data policy. Gayatri Devarapalli, I will forward your query to the team. Okay. Can we convert UI policy to data policy? Then data policy to UI policy, can we convert? Okay. What happened, Bala Subramaniam? Is there any problem? What is your question? Durga Mahendra, I will forward your problem to the team. They will check. Okay. Okay. So UI policy and data policy are clear, right? So there's another topic called UI action. Okay. Do you know UI action? So UI action is nothing but it's a button. Do you know buttons in ServiceNow? Like the submit button, save button, update button. We all see these buttons in ServiceNow, yes or no? Right. So to create these buttons, we use a concept called UI actions. Okay, user interface. Okay, so to create these kind of buttons, see if you want to see, if you go to incident form, so you can see here submit, resolve, and if you want to create these links, do you know you'll get some links, right? So these kind of links, related links, everything can be created using UI actions. So for this, we'll use a concept called UI action. Okay. To navigate to UI action, we'll go to UI, type UI action in your navigator. Under system definition, open UI action. Click on new. Okay, this is UI action. So similarly, like in ServiceNow, like everything we have tables. For UI action also, we will select a table. So when we select a table, we can create a button on the form of the table. Okay. So here action name. What is action name means? See, if you click on submit, what happens? If you click on submit, what happens? If you click on submit, what happens on a form? It saves the record, right? So that is the action. What action it's doing? That action. So that action name you can give here. Okay. That action name will be given here. Like whenever you, okay, that kind of, yeah. So any action, like if you can see alert message. You know what alert message is? Sometimes you'll get a message, right? When you're trying to save the form, you'll get a message, right? When you're trying to save the form. So that message is called alert message. That message also we can populate using UI action. Okay. So these kind of things, if you can do that, if we want to do, we use a concept called UI action. So here action name will be given. Okay. So active checkbox should always be active for that UI button to work. You should put your UI action always on active. And another option, show insert. Insert means whenever the button is, whenever you're inserting the record or updating the record. Okay, insert and update means whenever you're inserting the record or updating the record. Okay. This is about you show insert and update. So client, what does this client means? If you want to call the, see you want to call the UI action to the client side. Okay. If you want to call it to the client side, you will check that client box. Okay. So client is actually, this is developer side. Now you won't understand this box. So for now you leave it. Okay. Okay. So the very important question of UI action comes here. Okay. Very important question for UI action comes here. That is, what all can be created by UI action? Form button, form context menu, form link, form style, list banner button, list bottom button, list context menu, list choice, list link, list style. So everything, all these can be created using UI action. Okay, so they will ask you a question in the examination. They will list everything that can be created using UI action. So you should remember these. Okay, understanding, guys? Difference between insert and update. Insert means when you're just, when you're just loading the record. Update means you're changing the value. Okay, just loading the loading the record is called insert, but when you're changing the values, it is called update. Okay, Manogna. Okay, so if they ask you all the things that can be created using UI action, you should remember all this. You should just blindly by heart these. Okay, they will ask you form button, form context menu, form link, form style, list banner button, list bottom button, list context menu, list choice, list link, list style. All these can be created using UI actions. Okay. So there is also scripting in UI action. If you want to script anything, you can do that also. Fine. But now it is not required for you because you're still in the administration part, right? Okay. So you can just give a role also. If you give a role, what happens is only that role, user with that role, the UI action will be seen. Okay, requires role. If you give that, only user with that role can see that. Understood? So this is the theory of UI action. Have you understood? Any doubts you want me to repeat again? No doubts? All clear? Yes, everyone. I will show you. But first, did you understand the theory? Okay, explain once again. So UI action is nothing but the buttons we see in ServiceNow, like the submit button, save button, everything is UI action. So when you click on that, back end something is if you click on submit, the form will be submitted. If you click on update, the form will be updated, right? So this is how UI action will work. So using UI action, you can create form button, form context menu, form link, form style, list banner button, list bottom button, list context menu, list choice, list link, list style. All these can be created using UI action. Okay. Simple. This is so we can use scripting also in UI action. Okay, we'll try a sample example. So we'll create UI test. Anything you can check. So whichever box you check, that can be created. Okay. Whichever the box you check here, that will be created. Fine. It's understood. So I am checking form button and form link. Okay. So table, I didn't select the table, right? Submit. So we'll go to the child test table and check if the button is created or not. On the form in the child test table, can you see the alert button? Is it created? Yes, understood. How the alert button is created? No, no. Submit button we cannot remove. That is by default provided to the us in ServiceNow. Okay. Voice is not audible? Yes. Is my voice not audible? Yes. Is my voice not audible? Okay. Yeah. So understood UA action. We'll see if the form link is created. So form button, we checked the form link also, right? To try. Yes, guys. Did you understand? Will you try UI action? Any doubts in the UI action? One thing you have to remember is these, all these you have to remember. Okay. Those things you have to remember. Okay. So UI action is clear, right? So tell me what all can be created using UI action. What buttons can be created using UI actions? You tell me. Yes. You shouldn't say submit button, save button, update button, guys. You should say form button, form context menu, form link, list choice, list link. That you should say. Okay. Okay. So I hope you're clear with UI policy, data policy, and UI action. Right? So will you try creating a button? I'll give you 2-3 minutes. Try creating a button if it's coming or not. Which role define UI action? See, not UI action, not particular role. Okay. Done. Shall we move to the next concept? Yes. Shall we move to the next concept? Okay. So the next concept is, let me just open. So the next concept is import set. Okay, just give me a minute, guys. I'm opening the. Import set. Next concept is import set. If you have given any credentials, sign in using that mail and password only. Okay. So next concept is import set. So import set. What do you understand by import set? So import set is nothing but importing the external data to the ServiceNow, right? It's okay, Bhumi Reddy. Okay. So concentrate here on the import set. Import set means importing the external data into the ServiceNow platform. Okay. So what does this external data mean? So external data means Excel sheet data. Do you all know MS Excel? All know MS Excel, right? Yes. So from MS Excel, we can import the data into the ServiceNow table. Okay, can do that. Okay, so this external data may not be just Excel sheet. It can be JDBC data. It can be anything else. Okay. See, importing data. What are import sets? So import set is a tool used to import data from various data sources into the map that data into the ServiceNow tables. So from external data sources. So external data sources can be JDBC, Excel, CSV, XML, HTTP, anything. So they will be inserted into the import set table, and then they will be transformed and sent to the target table. Okay, this I will explain. Don't worry about that. So there are three steps in import set. Okay. First one is load data. So load data. So load data means from external data, we are loading the data into this ServiceNow. Okay. From external sources, we are loading the data. My voice is not clear? Yes. Okay, fine. Thank you. So from external data, we are loading the data into the ServiceNow. Okay, that is the first step. So after loading the data into ServiceNow, what will ServiceNow do? It will store the data into the temporary table. Okay, temporarily it will store the data. So this temporary storage of data, that table is called staging table. Guys, understanding? This is import set. Okay, so uh, so temporarily we'll be storing the data in ServiceNow. So that temporary storage of data in ServiceNow is called import set table. Okay, sorry, staging table. In this staging table, after the data is loaded, ServiceNow will store the data for some time. Okay, understood this? So when this is present in the staging table, what happens is staging table, we can check the fields. The transform map is happening. Okay, the transform map of the fields is happening in this. Yeah, I will explain. So listen, guys. So import set is nothing but external data is brought into ServiceNow and stored in the form of tables. Okay, this is the definition of import set. So the first step of import set is load data. Okay, load data means from external source, data is loaded into the ServiceNow. Okay, data is loaded into the ServiceNow platform. So after the data is loaded, what happens is the data is stored in the staging table. What is the staging table? This is a temporary table. Okay, it is not the actual table. This is a temporary table. When it is there in the staging table, we will check the data. We will check is the data correct or not. Okay, everything is done in this uh, staging area. Okay, understood? So in this staging area, data is brought in, processed, transformed, and then mapped to appropriate table. So what happens in the staging area? It will check the fields or the data is properly checked, and it will check which table, which appropriate table will this data fit in. So this happens during the staging area. Okay. In the staging area, data is properly refined, properly checked before actually sending it to the real table. Data is properly checked in the staging area. Okay. So understood staging area? So if you want, I will go a little slower, guys. Just tell me you're understanding or not. Understood staging area and external data source? We go to the next step. Okay. So after going into the next, after it is there in the staging area, so transform map of this data is done. What happens in transform map is, in this transform mapping, it will check the fields of the data, external data, and the fields of the existing table. Okay. See, we all have existing tables in service now, right? Like user table, incident table, task table. We all have these tables, right, in service now. Yes or no? Ah, so it will check. So data, external data, it will check the external data fields. What are the fields of this external data? And if they are matching to any of the fields in the already existing ServiceNow table, it will check. Are these fields matching with any of the tables in ServiceNow? It will check. Okay, that is transform map. That we will do manually transform mapping. Okay, I will show how to do, but let's first learn the theory. That is how transform mapping is done. That we will do manually. So this is the next step. Okay, understood transform map? You want me to explain again? So guys, listen carefully. So external data. So data is coming into service now from external sources like Excel sheet or JDBC file or XML file. Anyway, it is coming into the service now. So so coming into the service now step is called loading the data. So first step is data from the external source is loaded into the service now. Okay, this step is called loading data. So once the data is loaded, this particular data is stored in the staging table. Okay, staging table is nothing but the temporary table where the data is checked if it is proper or not. If it is not proper, it is properly processed and all, everything is done. Okay, that is called staging area. After this staging area, the third step what we do is transform mapping. There's a concept called transform mapping. So in this transform mapping, what we will do is we will map the fields of the external data and the table existing in ServiceNow. Okay, we already have existing tables in ServiceNow, right? So we will see this external data fields are matching with any of the fields in the ServiceNow. If they are matching, we will map it together. Okay. Yes, understood now. Okay. Still any more doubts? Shall we go to the next step? I think. Okay. So after the transform mapping is done, the data will go into the target table. What is the target table? Target table is the ServiceNow tables, whether it's user table, incident table, task table, or any target table, the data will move. Okay, this is the fourth step. So there are four steps in import set. One is load data. Okay, uh, uh, load data, transform data, and put the data in the staging area, transform data, and target table. Okay, clear? You want me to come again with all the steps? So target table is nothing. Target table is our existing tables in service now, like the user table, incident table, task table, problem table. These are all called target tables. Target means once the data is mapped, checked, it is moved to the real table. Okay. Target table is nothing but real table. Once the data is processed, checked, and everything is done, it is moved to the real table, our last step. Okay. I hope you're clear with all the four steps. If you want, you can see this. You can take these steps till target table. Coalesce field, I'll explain what is Coalesce field. Don't worry about that. Okay. So import set. In ServiceNow, an import set is a tool used for importing data from various data sources into the ServiceNow platform. Okay. It acts as a staging area where data can be brought in, processed, transformed, and then mapped to the appropriate table within ServiceNow. So first one is data sources. Data sources can be Excel file, CSV file, JDBC file, or any external files. Staging table, as I told you. An import set is a staging table that contains a temporary copy of the data. Okay. Like temporarily the data is stored. Okay. This will refine the data. Matlab, it will uh, it will check the data, whether the data is proper or not. Next one is transform map. A transform map is a set of field maps that determine the relationships between fields in an import set and fields in an existing ServiceNow table. So transform map is done by simply drag and drop. I will show you once we go into the example, we can see that. Okay, target table, the final table where the transform data is stored, as I told you. Clear with the definitions? Yes, everyone. So let's move to creating the input set. So see the steps carefully when I'm creating the import set, okay? So just enter import set. So here you can see load data. That is our first step. First, I want some data, right? So I'm taking Excel file. So user, okay, name, user ID, phone. Or we can take email. Okay, name Tina something. I'm creating a duplicate data. Okay. So this is some duplicate data that I have created. Okay. Is it fine, guys? No confusion, right? Okay. So here going back to the import set first. We'll name the import set. Take the SB employees. We'll name it SB employees. I'm creating create table. Clear by guys, clear with the step? I'm creating a table. Okay. Staging table I'm creating. Okay, fine. Any doubts in this step? Shall I move? Okay. So SB employees. So SB employees is my table. File. Just now I created, right? I'm uploading that file here. Submit. Can you see process run and it is shown success? Any doubts in this step? Guys, if you want, we'll go very slowly, but I want you to understand every step properly. Don't get confused. So understood this? I just created a table. I gave the external data source and I created a table in the sense I created a staging table. Okay, in that staging table, I put this external data. So it is success. Can you see the success option? Success? What happened, Shiva? Fine. So loaded data. Data is loaded. What is the next step after data loaded and putting it in the staging area? What is the next step I told you? Third step. So what should I explain, Syed? Where should I explain? Which part? Syed Samad. Last step. Okay, last step I didn't do anything. So we can't go back once it is in the process. I can't go back. So just listen what I told. So first, when I created when the first step is I opened input set, load data. There I clicked on create table, and for that table I gave the name called SB employees. Okay. So what is this SB employees table? That is the staging area. That is the staging table. Okay. So after the staging table is done, what did I do? So I took this external data from the files, from the Excel sheet. I took the Excel sheet and uploaded it in the ServiceNow. Okay, that's it. I uploaded the file in the ServiceNow. So next step is transform map. So we will click on create transform map here. Next steps. It is showing, right? So create transform maps. So anything you name. SB check, SBM check. Okay. So can you see the source table here? Our staging table. Source table is SB employees. Can you see? We put the data in our staging table, right? That becomes the source table. Understood? Any doubts in that? Source table? Yes, everyone. No doubts, right? Okay. So we put it. So here, if you can see, target table field is mandatory. So now you have to select the target table. So what I told target table is, so what did I tell you what target table is? Tell me what is target table. Target table. Tell me. Take your time, but tell me. Yes, exactly. Final table where the data can be stored. Very good. Okay, so now target table I will select. So for a reference, I will select user table. So sys underscore user. User table I'm taking. Okay, you can. This is what you have to create. So after done, I'm saving the form. Our transform map is done, right? So after this, listen carefully, guys. There's one important step that we have to do. So we just created a transform record, but we didn't transform. Yes or no? Did we transform the data? What I told you, transform map can be done by drag and drop. Did we do anything like that? We just created a record. We didn't create a transform map, right? Yes, tell me. So we now have to actually do transform map. So can you see here under related links, you can see uh, mapping assist. Go to mapping assist. When you go to mapping assist, you can, so this is, if you can see, this is source table, this is target table. So from this side, you bring the mapping tables. For that, we'll do auto map mapping fields. Okay. First, we'll click on auto map mapping field. So it will automatically do. Can you see mapping fields are created? So click on auto map mapping fields. It will automatically create the fields. It give the fields that are already mapped. Okay. Understood, guys, this step? It is little confusing, but ask me if you have any doubt. Understood? Auto map mapping fields. Nothing, guys. I created transform map, right? When I scroll down and then related links, I will click on auto map mapping fields. Auto map means it will automatically map. So what is mapping means? It will check the fields in your source table and your target table. Okay. If the fields are matching, if both the tables fields are matching, it will give you automatically. Manogna, understanding? It will check the fields of your source table. So field is like email. If you can see here, email field is there. So email field is available in your source field and your target field. Okay. I didn't go to transform map first. I did auto mapping Pavani. First learn about, we can go to transform map later on. First I did auto mapping. Auto mapping matlab it will do on its own. I hope this step is clear, right? Auto mapping mapping fields. Any doubts in this auto mapping mapping fields? If any doubt, ask me now only, guys. No. Fine. Thank you. Okay. So now we'll go to mapping assist. Now we'll click on mapping assist. Now if you click on mapping assist, if you can see these two fields are already mapped. Now we'll check if there are any fields that need to be mapped. So we'll take name from this. Name, and here if there's name field, we'll take, yeah, name field is there here. Okay, just drag and drop. Clear? You check the fields. If there are any fields that are not mapped automatically, you should do it manually. Okay, so two fields, email and username, user ID were already mapped, automatically done. So name field was not mapped. So I did it manually. Right, drag and drop. Clear? I didn't go to transform map, guys. Okay. So done. Three fields we have done. Okay, just so there's nothing more to map, right? So I am saving. So once I save, again scroll down. You can see here transform option, right? Guys, if you are sure, if you're clear with the step, I'll go to transform. So tell me, I can't go back again. See, I can't go back again because this is step by step process. We can't go back again once we do the step. See, how will we know the common fields in both the tables is, we will know when you auto map, most of the fields will be mapped, guys. Okay, going to the mapping assist. So mapped fields you can check here. Okay, you can check here what it's mapping. The fields are anything matching. You can check both sides. You can read, right? You can see if there are same fields on the both sides. You can bring that. Okay, clear? See, I already told you, most of the mapping is done by auto mapping. If there are very few fields left, we will do it manually. Okay. Target table, take user table. I took user table. Guys, I will give time. First listen to my class, then you can do it later on. Okay. Listen to the class now. Don't do now. Okay. Fine, then we'll go to the next step. That is transform. So I am clicking on transform now. Okay. Now transform. So it is transforming. Okay. Transformation is complete. So if you open, can you see here transformation is complete? Understood, guys? And you can see how many rows are transformed. 3 rows are created, exactly like the Excel sheet data we have done. Okay. Clear? Understood? Now you can go to your user table. Go to the user table and you can check if the record is created or not. Go to user table. Can you see? Is this the same data, our Excel sheet data? Yes or no? So if you want, I'll show you the Excel sheet data. See, Tina, Meera, Ria. SB1, SB2, SB3. Okay. Here, these records are inserted. So this is how transform mapping is done. Understood? Any doubts in the final steps? What should I explain? SB123, SB23. That is the data I gave. You can give any name. See, transform is nothing but we are just manually matching the data in the two tables. Okay, Anita. In our source table and our target table, we are checking the data and we are matching the fields. That's it. Okay. So one more concept is there. That is Cole's field. So what does Cole's field means? Let me just go to the notepad. So they will ask questions on Cole's field also. Yeah. So Cole's field. So this option is used in transform map to determine if a row in the staging table matches a record in the target table. Okay, guys. So Cole's field, what will it do is it will check. It will check if the fields are matching or not. If they are matching, it will be false. If they are not matching, it will be true. See, I will show you. See, if these fields were already matched, right? Yes or no? Yes, guys, already matched, right? Those fields. So they matched. That's why it is called. It is false. If they are not same, if this field and this field are not same, then you should make it true. Cole's field will be true. Is it okay? So if sometimes the name of the field is different. See, in one table it written phone and other table it is mobile. So what will I do? Cole's field to the false. Sorry, Cole's field to true. So actually, Cole's field checks for the unique values, Pavani. It will check for the unique values. That's why it is false. Okay, so imagine here a field is then there with name phone, and here it is given mobile. So what will Cole's field become? It will become true because it has some unique name. Name is different, right? In one table it is phone and one table it is given mobile. So field mapping is not done because there are unique names, right? So that time we will put Cole's field to true. This is one concept that you should know. This is a compulsory question in your administration exam. Understood, guys? Any doubts in the complete import set? You want to take the notes? Or is it fine? Want what once again? Venkatramana? Yes, Manugna, you're right. If fields are with unique names, it is true. Coles field is true. Otherwise, it is false. Which one I should explain, Venkatramana, from starting? Fields, Coles fields. Okay, Coles fields, I'll explain. See, here you can see email field in source table and target table is same. So Coles field is false. User ID and username. Okay, your user ID, both are user ID, so that is false. Coles field. And here name and name are they are same. That is why it is called false. Okay. So sometimes what is this? What happens is uh, field names might be different, right? In two tables, field names might be different. See, now I created data in front of you. I created with the names I know, but in real time, the field names may be different. Some person may give their own field names. I give my own field names. You give your own field names. Yes or no? Yes, Venkatramana. So what happens? This that time we will use Cole's field. Okay. So it won't map. So just put Cole's field to true. It will map then. Okay. You're telling it that this is a unique value. Please take it. You're telling transform map that this is a unique value. So just take this also. Okay, you are manually doing it. Okay, you will manually change it. See, for example, you can manually change it to true. You should only do it. Okay. Okay. Others, you want to take the notes, you want to try, or let you want a recap of everything from the step one. Why we need college topic? Exactly, Manogna. As I told you, see, now I know the fields. Now I know the fields of Excel data, right? That's why I mapped it. But if you have like 100 to 200 to data, 200 fields, what will you do? You will check the coalesce fields, right? That time you need to check the coalesce fields. Coalesce field is, if it's true, nothing. You're just telling the transform map that this is a unique value entering your target table. You're just informing it that this is a unique value that it's entering into the import set. Please accept it. Please map that also. You're telling. Okay. See, I will tell you guys. So now, what is this? So there's here there is a field name called first name, right, in user table. Guys, listen to me. So there's a field name called first name, right, in user table. Yes. Okay. But in our Excel sheet, I will create data with surname. Instead of first name, I will write surname. Yes, instead of first name, I will write surname. But I want that surname to be reflected in the first name. Yes or no? Both are same only, first name or surname. Right. So now just the naming of the fields is different, but the data inside will be the same only, right? So I want this, I am telling transform map that surname and first name are same only. Please match those fields. Now understood? Now got clarity? Any? Syed, Pavani. Understood now? Okay. I hope now you clear with Cole's fields, transform map, auto map mapping fields. Okay. I hope I'm going a little, I'm going slow only. You're catching up with me, right? Uh, you want to take the notes? I will show the notepad. You want to take the notes? Okay. Because these definitions are little, no, if you're writing it in a simple way, you will understand. That's why. Yes. So just if you want, take a screenshot. That is enough. Or if you want to write, you write. So just so I'll wait for 3-4 minutes. You can take the notes. Don't worry about that. Recordings will be provided. Fine. Will you try one example? Will you try creating an import set? Because any doubts, I will be here to help you out. Okay, someone is already trying. Pavani. Okay, what is the you're doing correct only, Pavani. So next step is create transform map. Click on the create transform map. Okay. Definitely find the target table. Sys underscore user is your default ServiceNow table. You'll definitely find. Why will you not find? See, sys underscore user. Why will you not find? That is your default ServiceNow table, right? Refresh and see once. Okay. So tell me, what are the steps in import set? Tell me the steps in import set. Yes, someone tell me the steps in import set. Okay, load data, transform data. Yeah, staging table. Order me, you tell. Tell me in order. Okay, fine. What is Cole's field? Okay, fine. What is staging table? Okay, what is target table? Table. Fine. So here, when you enter import, you can see here steps will be given. Load data, create transform map, run transform. So they will ask you what are the steps in import set. You have to tell load data, create transform map, run transform. Is it clear? These three steps you should tell. Where should our data will be stored? Manogna, where? So Chamanti, these IBM links doubt will be clarified with by the team. So I am here just your trainer. If you have any Telegram groups or anything, you can post it there. Team will check it. In staging area, that data will be stored, right, Manogna? Temporarily, our data will be stored in staging area, but target table it will be permanently stored. Okay. So if they ask you the steps in import set, they will ask you. They will definitely ask you. This is 100% question. Uh, tell list the steps in import set. You have to tell load data, create transform map, and run transform. Clear? Understood? These three you should mention. Load data, create transform map, run transform map. Okay. You should remember the definitions of staging table, transform map, coalesce field. Okay, these definitions are important. Okay, they will ask you in exam. So along with teaching the concept, I'm just telling you what might come in your examination. Okay. Definition screen. Okay, you want notepad. Okay, Pavani. Continue doing the steps. Okay, there's 10 more minutes, guys. So try doing the import set example. Any doubts, ask me. Okay. So next topic we will start tomorrow. Okay. I think most of you are going without any doubts. Oh, that is very good, Manogna. Your understanding, that is, I feel really happy. IBM queries, you can ask in the Telegram, guys. Uh, okay, guys, I think the time is up. So we'll meet in tomorrow's session and learn another topic. Okay. Okay, we'll meet in tomorrow's session, guys. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.